Oh, Dan, the one thing that they had an issue with is they want to. Let's get rid of this. They wanted to. They wanted to change this.
Well,
Unless he wants.
right. Now, this is something that you set up, right?
I have
The
another
AV booth?
user called AV user.
AV booth.
AV
Yeah,
booth.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it possible to put it on AV booth? Or?
Well, can you? I mean, we need to switch. We would need to switch this out on the Microsoft account. Okay, because you said, yeah. I mean, if we go into users, but the problem is with AV booth, and I've got them. They are set up as administrators, so. But the problem is none of the desktop is on that. It's just a clean. But that doesn't necessarily.
Well, are you sure of that? I thought
Well, we
can,
can just keep it on Chris Paul. I mean,
Okay.
That's
it
my
doesn't
question.
matter to me.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Then,
I'm just looking at it like, okay, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
okay.
I
So,
agree.
okay.
All right.
I just, I want one user to be on this machine,
Then a bunch. I hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's the easiest way to keep track of what you're doing.
Okay.
So, yes. All right. Anything else we need to cover? Let me get out of this. We will not be, since you guys don't want to. You're not going to be doing anything now. Do you do any editing on this machine? Nothing.
I usually do all the editing at home.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I download the YouTube stuff and cut and paste and
Oh, I see. Okay.
all that.
All right. Cool.
I do have a couple of just okays. Let's say we wanted to have pastor on one side of the screen and the sermon passage on the other half of the screen. Is that something relatively easy, or is that like, okay, that's another way to get really good at what we already know and then come back in 6 months and try again?
Okay. So if you're going to have, since we're not going to use this, let's get rid of this. All right, input. And we're going to go to, where is it here? Oh, why can't I see it? Hello. Where's multi-view? You can bring a PowerPoint in here too, if you wanted to do that directly. It's right here.
Can you show us how to do that? Because that might
Sure.
be
Hang
something.
on. Let me.
Okay, but I'll
get
let you finish that
to-
too.
Where's multi-view? That's not it. Content color area. They moved everything around on here, so I'm just trying to figure out. Okay, that's that. PowerPoint color. See if they moved it into here. I don't know why you don't have multi-view on here. There's an area where you can set up multiple screens. Oh. Ben's an idiot.
You have to have something to multi-view.
Hang on, let me. Yeah, I'm an idiot. I don't use multi-view very much.
Okay.
Okay, so you'd have to, that's right, have to set up a dedicated screen. So then what you would have here is we can, I don't know if they have a directional split, but let's use this here for now. And then we would have, there's one side, and then on the other side we would have black, or this would be your PowerPoint.
Right. Okay.
And then you can also custom do that in here.
Okay.
So let's say if we went to this, and then your first screen is your, oops, these are backwards. Providing you know where pastor's going to stand.
Right.
So go in here, and let's say that you zoom in on the pastor, and then you can move him off. Let's say he's here, and then
See, but
then what you can do is you can crop, and
Oof. Okay.
all right.
Wow. See, normally we would just do the wide shot and let the camera operator do any of that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, realistically, we're not. I mean, I don't think the VMix guy is going to be the one.
well, you
playing.
can do picture in picture on here.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that would that would probably be easier, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, since your PowerPoint's coming in here,
Correct.
now we figured out we're going to put it on 6. So let's say you got your PowerPoint on 6.
6.
And you know, you've got Pastor James up there, so that, and this will do picture in picture. So, because I know we've got a Roland a little bit bigger than this one here, and they all do picture in picture.
Okay.
And you can split them up that way.
Could you show us how to set that up so that we're at least one step closer?
Okay.
If I know you might know a different board, but at least the idea might be.
There's split screen.
Okay, hit that again because I didn't.
Right here. Split.
Okay.
Okay, it's the same. So you'll have your PowerPoint on here,
Okay.
and then what are we on here? Okay, so then you're gonna do. So you'd zoom in.
Okay.
Oops. There you go. So you got Pastor James there, and you've got your scripture here. Now you may have to have a reformat for that for the PowerPoint.
Right, because of
Yeah.
you get it all squished.
It gets squished.
Yeah.
So you
right.
may-
I'm like, okay,
Right.
I see what it's doing, and I
Yeah.
see why and what it would
right.
what would happen to because it's going from
Right.
horizontal to vertical-ish.
Exactly. So you got that going on, and
Right.
then you know, when you're done, just
Hit it again.
you hit it again, and you go back to the full screen. But yeah, it's right here. It's split screen.
Okay.
Okay.
So I wasn't sure if it was picture in
You
picture
put-
or split.
Yeah, I mean, you put it in the corners, you know. But these things are really kind of cool. These switchers.
Yeah.
I've got, like I said, I've got one. We've got a little bit bigger version. We got 12 inputs, but then again, we're also running 5 cameras.
Wow. Yeah. So you.
Yeah, five camera inputs, but and then a bunch of. Our PowerPoint comes in from a whole different area. Our control room is. We're on the 5th floor, so we're 2 floors up from the sanctuary. And so our control room is completely isolated.
Right.
We are nowhere near part of the church.
Yeah. My old church used to have the same kind
Yeah.
of control. We were
Yeah.
using Pro Presenter,
And then
doing all of that
people
stuff.
Go,
how do you know what's going
How
on?
can you see anything?
It's all here. Yeah. You got enough cameras. You got enough
They're
inputs.
sitting there. They're going. How can you tell what's going on?
How can you not?
You're not. So
Right.
So then what's happening is the PowerPoint is across the hallway in our booth, which is upstairs.
Okay.
And then we have one camera, we have one manual camera that's perched there, and that's it. And then the rest are all like these things here. They're
Yeah.
all PTZ cameras. So, but we're completely isolated from the main
Right. So you can talk and say, "Hey, what's going on?" or whatever.
Yeah, and
you know.
the
Space, too.
PowerPoint operator's got a headset. The camera
Yeah.
tech's got a headset, and I'm talking to them from the control room.
Right.
That's basically it. That's how that works. But that's how that whole thing comes together. And then, like I said, we had a little bit bigger version of this thing, and it's just, we start off with a pre-service, which is music and a countdown timer.
Mm-hmm.
And then we come live for our announcements, and then we go to black, and then our open, and then we come for the prelude, and it's just all set up like it's regular production.
Right. Good.
The church, the pastors, they don't look at it as a show, but I do. So
Well, I think there has to be a balance. I mean, a pastor shouldn't look at it as a show.
they're not supposed to.
Right. Well, that's not their function. But
Well,
that's not their function.
you
So
know,
part of it is the production team has to look
yeah.
at it as a production because
Well,
that's their job.
The other thing too, our pastor, Pastor Scott, I've been in broadcasting for 48 years. It's a show to me.
Right.
Okay. I love the church and I love the message, but I'm directing a show.
Yeah.
And so when I'm going back and forth and I'm getting tight shots of the singers and the instrumentation, and then going to the pulpit and a wide shot establisher.
Right. Exactly.
That all adds and then we've got close-up shots of the windows that are